First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Well, welcome to Fox 12 Now. This is our live streaming show here every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm Greg Nibbler, live here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. So thanks for being here with us. We cover a wide range of topics, but something we have been bringing up is the fact that Rose City Comic-Con is back from September 11th to the 13th. A huge event that takes place here in Portland, celebrating a whole lot of things locally, but also bringing things in from all over the place to come to Portland for all it has to offer. And part of that is also bringing in different celebrities and people that may be in some of your favorite projects, your comics, your movies, your TV shows that you watch. Our next guest, Sean Gunn, might be in two of those at least, if he's done so many different things, but you might know him as Kraglin from Guardians of the Galaxy. Very recognizable, or perhaps you're an old school Gilmore Girls fan, and you know Kirk and the character that he played on there, and plus all of the other things that he does too. So he is going to be here for Rose City Comic-Con, and he was able to join me to talk for just, a little bit just about his career, about some of the things that he does, about going to cons, about Portland, and about the character Kirk. So we had a pretty wide-ranging conversation. And it started off here just with me commenting on, I liked his background of where he was. I had no idea where he was joining us, via Zoom. And he explains that at the beginning. So we just kind of jump into this conversation. So here you go.
Oh, I'm actually at an Airbnb in Los Alamos, California.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Up near in wine country, up near Los Olivos.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that's a good little summer break. Are you working or on vacation?
No, I'm on a little break. It's actually pretty hectic, several months of work, but I had about a week off in between stuff that I needed to do. So my wife and I came up here and decided to chill out for a few days.
That's got to be pretty hectic, yeah, with the traveling around for shooting and filming and being in a different place all the time.
Doing both, yeah, between both working on jobs where I'm shooting, but then also going and doing conventions, which like I have a little pocket where I'm doing a bunch.
Yeah.
It's a lot. There's like tons of travel and I'm logging a lot of miles in the air for sure.
When it comes to we're just starting, by the way, we'll just jump. This is the interview.
Okay, great.
When it comes to that, going to these conventions and those kinds of experiences, do you remember like what it was like for your first one versus now, like walking into those things and just, there's the fans just love the work, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've done them for several different things that you've been a part of, but I mean, do you remember that first feeling of going into one?
For sure. That's a great question, actually. I started in 2015, and it was right on the heels of the first Guardians movie coming out. And I was shocked that anybody would want me to go to a convention and sit and sign autographs or take pictures or whatever. It just was not, I kind of didn't get it. But I found someone who wanted to represent me for conventions, and she's still my rep. She's great. And I started doing them in early 2015, and it was very, it was very different than it is now.
Yeah.
But I remember it, and it's been a kind of a slow burn. And now that I've been doing them for 10 years, I've done, I lost track, but I think I've done a good 120 or more conventions. Yeah, which seems like a ton, although you talk to some of the OG Star Trek people and stuff, and they're like, oh, yeah. I've done 800 or whatever it is. It's like, okay, I get it, but it is, it's different. In some ways, they're easier. I was very concerned with how many people were coming to my table when I first started, and if I really belonged there and that kind of thing. And now I have a much better relationship with what it means to go and do them and what they're like,
Yeah, and what's expected and what that whole world. That's funny. I mean, of course there is, but that was just weird to me to hear there's an agent for conventions. But
yeah,
I mean, obviously, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, personal appearances. It's like all the things. I have like, an acting agent and a manager and an attorney and sometimes a publicist and my personal appearances agent is a totally different thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Going to those too, and talking about Rose City Comic Con, which is coming up, and interacting with the fans. You mentioned, you didn't know if anybody would be, want to come see you from Guardians of the Galaxy, but of course they do, and a lot of the other things. But what is it like having that interaction with the fans?
It's great. I really I respect it so much. I'm incredibly grateful to be able to do conventions, and I know so many great actors who would love to do them, but because of their body of work, it's just not always the right thing. And I think that I really went from, when I first started, people would they'd know me from Guardians, or they would know me from Gilmore Girls often. Um, but I was still kind of that guy. And increasingly over the years, a lot more people who come to my table just know me as Sean, and they know all of my work, and they're interested in a variety of things that I've done, and that's really gratifying. I'm really grateful for that. It's cool, and just even to be able to go all over the country and all over the world really now, and meet different fans, and to get their point of view and their experience and how they interact with their own fandom is really a cool thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I always think that would be interesting, for what you do. I mean, it's your day job. You're going there and you're filming these things, and yeah, they're amazing. But you're on a set. You're not with a whole bunch of fans, and probably directly seeing that impact that somebody's going to have, or what that's going to mean just for somebody's life. In some cases. So I always think that would be a really fascinating experience to just be like, oh my gosh, this character really resonated with you. Like this is something that really means something special to you.
Yeah, it's true, and it takes some getting used to. At first, it seemed weird to go and sit behind a table and have people come ask me for my autograph or ask to take a picture with me, rather than doing it out in the world if they happen to bump into me. But I've realized that really what it is it's about coming to, for the fans, it's about us coming to your city where you live and being there and experiencing it with you, and that's what makes the experience special. And I continue, as I always say, I continue to be really grateful for it.
Do you have people that bring you gifts at times?
I do, although it's nothing like, I did a convention once in Japan, and in Japan, everybody brings you a gift. It's
Really?
like it's just a sign of honor or respect. So I had boxes of things that people gave me, and so many. I have like T-shirts I still wear, and handkerchiefs, and little pieces of art, like all this stuff, which is nuts. But yeah, when every convention, I usually get a few things. They're usually pieces of art that people did themselves. That's largely what it is, whether it's a drawing or a wood engraving or a keychain that they made, or things that people made having to do with characters that I played, and that's always a good time.
Is there any one that stands out as I don't want to say as maybe the strangest gift that you've received?
Oh goodness. The strangest gifts I get are ones that don't have anything to do with my work or whatever, that are just like, boxes of food or candy, or like things that I'm like, okay, I don't know what you want me to do with this.
Mac and cheese. All right. Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah, exactly. But I can tell you that probably the most special gift I got was from a fan who had done a painting of my cats, and she had done one that I took, and it was like, it was kind of off a little bit. And then the same young woman, a couple months later, I saw her at a different convention in another city, and she was like, I made it better. And it was wonderful. It was a beautiful representation. It looked just like my cats and really captured their essence. And I hung that in my home. So that's one that actually made it from a fan to my wall. which is pretty cool.
I appreciate that she gave it another shot after that.
Yeah.
Because that could be endearing or creepy to some extent.
Yeah,
But
the first try was endearing, and it was like, oh, you know, it was a
yeah,
nice. You gave it a nice go, and then it was like it was much improved. It was great.
that's awesome. Well, have you been to Portland before?
I've been to Portland. It's been a while. I've
Okay.
been there a couple times, and I don't think I've done a convention there. But it's been a while.
Uh, do you get time like when you're at these things to like go out and do something on your own, or is it mostly just you're there, then go back to the hotel, back and forth?
It's tough. I mean, it depends a little bit on the location and on you know what the hours are like, what the weekends like. But I definitely get nights. You know, it's why I like to you know make it. I don't want to make it all about food, but that's what I get to experience. I get to go
Yeah,
eat somewhere really cool. You know, hopefully while I'm there, I like I'm a you know a fan of food and experiencing what's local and interesting and current in the cuisine. If you have recommendations, I'll take them.
oh yeah, there's
But
so many good places.
but yeah, no, I know Portland's a good food town, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's mostly what I get to do. I unfortunately I don't usually have days free when I can go check out a city because I'm mostly working and then traveling. Sometimes when I go overseas, if I'm in a location, I can take a few extra days and make a little bit of a trip out of it. But I don't always get the opportunity to do that.
Well, we'll get some good recommendations for you
Love
for
it.
here. There's so many good ones. One last thing too, I just want to talk about because I have to bring it up because I mentioned to a few friends that I was going to be interviewing you, and I've got some friends who are huge Gilmore Girls fans that I didn't even
Ah,
realize. Talking about Kirk, and with that character and how much they love that role. I mean, did you have any idea, back then when you're doing this, and clearly, as it started getting more and more popular, that helps. But how much of an impact that character would make on so many people?
oh my God, no idea. I mean, I can't stress enough. I had no idea. I started that show as a one day co star. I didn't even have a name. I was the DSL installer. And it just was sort of kismet. You know, it was like, it was really good material for me. The writing was great. I understood it. And the creator of the show, Amy Sherman Palladino, really liked what I did. And she understood my work. And she liked me. And so she kept asking me back and eventually wrote me onto the show. So
Wow.
it was, to me, it was crazy at the time that I was on the show. Like even 25 years ago, it was like I didn't think I was going to be spending 7 years on that show plus. And so now 26 years later that I go out in public and I meet, I'll meet young people on the street who are 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and it's their favorite show, and they love Kirk and they love my character, and like that is honestly, it is such a gift to have that in my career, that I've done something that has meant that much to people. But it's also a head trip. It's like I don't.
Yeah.
It's like I can't. Like, oh, and people find the character funny, and I don't even. Sometimes I don't even remember a lot of the stuff. I'm like, oh my God, we're going back far. Um, but it's the show. It's like being it's had such a life
Yeah.
on streaming and on Netflix that it's like being on a hit show now.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, no, I can't wrap my brain around it, but I try to like celebrate it, and um, I'm all in for it. It's cool.
I mean, that's awesome. You started off as just a one day character
Yeah,
to from that to now being,
yeah,
yeah, part of something that's like every new generation discovers the show is
yeah. And you
watching
know
it.
what's funny is my agent way back then in the year 2000, my agent wanted me to pass on the audition because it was a co-star role and not a guest star role. Not to get into like the nuances of the entertainment industry, but it was like it's like less. It's like one day instead of being with the show for the week. And they were like, oh, you've been doing some. I'd been been doing some other TV shows as a guest star. So they're like, no, no, no. If it's not a guest star, we shouldn't do it. I think you should pass on this. And I'm so grateful that I had a smart manager at the time who was like, well, why don't you read it? And also that I was like, yeah, I like to work and I like acting. So let me read the scene. And I read it. I'm like, this is funny and it's good. So of course I'll go do it. But it's like, what a sliding doors moment of if I just passed. I don't know what my
Yeah.
career would look like today.
That is wild. Well, I mean, the career has turned out amazing, and just
Thank you.
and thank you for talking to us too here and having time to do things like this, and while you're trying to go enjoy your wine time.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Come out to Rose City, people. It's um, September 11th, 13th, I believe,
Yep.
are the dates, and it's at the convention center. And there's, I'll be there. You can meet me, but there's so many great actors. There's like some great people from The Boys are going to be there,
I
and
saw that. Yeah.
and just like I won't give you the whole list, but like there's so many like really talented and amazing people to meet.
It's huge. Yeah, there are so many people that are gonna be out there, including Sean Gunn. Bring him a box of food, or
Yeah,
not.
right.
Yeah, but yeah. Go out and see him. But thank you so much for joining us and for being here. I just really
You
appreciate
got
the
it.
conversation. Awesome.
All right. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
Thank. All right, Sean Gunn. Really great talking to him. But again, he's going to be in Portland at Rose City Comic Con, September 11th through the 13th. So, great opportunity to go see him and all the other people that are going to be there as well. So it's a fun celebration of all kinds of things.